Today's episode of the Get Home Safe podcast contains explicit language that may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
It's time to play ball. Welcome to the podcast with no limits. Whether it be sports, current events, or random thoughts, this is the place to step in and stay a while. Your host is a proud alumnus of Rio Hondo Prep, a former minor league baseball umpire, and a man with strong opinions. Welcome to the Get Home Safe podcast and your host, Matt Hersema.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Get Home Safe. It's a Wednesday edition of the podcast. That means it's time for Bill Barnes, our weekly Wednesday weigh-in guest. He's here every single Wednesday. Well, usually. We've had a few hiccups the past couple of weeks, but anyway, Bill is here with me today, and going to be a fun podcast catching up with him. We're recording through Zoom. I'm in our new studio here in Covina, California. Bill is joining us from Rancho Cucamonga, California, but we will get right to it today, as I know people have been eagerly waiting for Bill to come on the podcast. So let's get right to it. And our interview with the one and only Mr. Bill Barnes, who hasn't been here in quite a few weeks. It's the middle of the week. It's Wednesday. That means it's time for Bill Barnes on the weekly Wednesday weigh-in. The retired police officer and retired college baseball umpire joins us every week for very strong opinions and very random thoughts. Once again, here is the one and only Bill Barnes. Bill Barnes is back with us. It's been, a few weeks. We had a week off altogether, and then Bill was unavailable last week. Bill, I know you've been really busy. We're happy to have you back on the program.
Well, it's good to be back. You know, a 2-week hiatus does us all good. I get to see your makeshift studio, which I might add is completely dog shit.
Wow.
You know, that's why I'm doing a Zoom, because the city of Covina is not ready for me. Number one, to enter the confines of that place. Number two, I'm not a clutter guy. It looks like you got a lot of clutter around you.
No.
So let's declutter and build the studio back to the way it was, because I'm a professional and I do not go into a substandard recording studio room. I just don't do it. It's against my contract.
Bill, let me tell you, without you being here yet, this is an upgrade from the Honeypot Studios in Eastvale. That room was hot. It was cluttered, on the sides of the camera. There's a few things behind me, but other than that, the room has come together quite well here in the living room.
You've got golf clubs. You've got a swamp cooler on the wall. You have some pictures. You have an American flag, which and all that. That's great. Even though that's kind of even though the sentiment around the country is anti-American, I am still an American and I still believe in the flag. But otherwise, we got some work to do, or you have some work to do.
Yeah, you just want your celebrity status. Just show up and turn lights, camera, action for Bill Barnes. So. It was a little contract dispute the past few weeks, truth be told, why Bill couldn't be here. And did you get a chance to listen to your potential replacement or fill in, at least, Tracy McFate?
It was great. Great. Tracy is fantastic. He's calm, he's cool, he's collected. And, hey, he's an absolute great Wednesday weigh-in guy. I don't know why you don't have him full time.
Oh, Bill.
Send me off to the freaking loony bin, put me out of my misery, and bring him in, and that's fine with me.
As much as our audience likes Tracy, Bill, there's still a thirst, a hunger for you and your exploits.
That's because when they tune in, they see what a lunatic I am, makes them feel completely better about themselves.
That's true.
They think to themselves, you know what? I'm not so crazy after all.
No, absolutely not. It has been a crazy couple of weeks, Bill, since you've been gone. We joke all the time that as soon as we stop recording, all hell breaks loose in the world, and we have to wait a week to talk about it. We've had to wait about 3 weeks now. I don't know where to start, quite frankly. I mean, what's on your mind this morning?
Well, to be quite honest with you, I just, and this is no bullshit. I joke a lot, I tease a lot, and I really, like to stir the pot, but this is an absolute true situation here. I just got off the phone with a DA investigator from the county of Riverside. Evidently, it happened. A murder of a police officer back on January 13th, 2000, involving, it was either 2000 or 2001. It's been so long ago, 20 years. The conviction was upheld. However, the death penalty phase was overturned. And if any son of a bitch needed to die, it was this guy. Okay. And so the DA investigator just called me, gave me these news. This was a case that I helped investigate. Death of a kid by the name of Doug Jacobs, hardworking young policeman out doing his job on a Saturday afternoon, was shot and killed on duty. And the suspect was subsequently taken into custody, basically without incident. He was a coward. He hugged a tree naked so the cops wouldn't shoot him, and he was taken into custody. In my opinion, this asshole should have been dead by the horse needle long before now. But because of the state of California and their, slow and disenfranchised and completely gutless way of handling appeals, it's taken 20 years for this thing to come out with a overturn. So we're going to have to try the death penalty phase over. And I just got off the phone with the DA investigator. He's called about 25 of us, and he told me that maybe only 7 or 8 of us, we're all retired now. Everybody who was on that scene is long since retired. He said that only about 7 or 8 of us are still in California, or still in Southern California. So that shows you how fucked up this state is and why people are moving out because of bullshit like this. The voters voted for a death penalty in this state. Even the liberal people that are, Newsom people, obviously, even them, it was 60-some% wanted the death penalty. And what did this cowardly, gutless, short-lived governor do when he first took office? He overturned it. He put a moratorium on it. Okay, that fucking alone should be a reason to remove this guy. That and the gas tax. I was in Arizona Sunday night, Monday, $3.05 for a gallon of gas. What did you pay the last time you were to get at a pump?
This morning was just under $4.
Okay.
At Costco.
The average is $4.30. That is criminal.
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 I've been in LA the past few days, Bill. I mean, you can't find anything under $5.
No. So anyway, that his handling of the fraud in the unemployment office. I mean, this guy has been a major disaster. And if there should be no debate, none. It should be 95% of the voters who go and should put yes on this ballot. And I don't give a shit if Joe Shit the Rag Man is the governor. I don't care who. It's anybody better than him. I personally think Larry Elder's the best choice. And let's just hope and pray that happens.
Yes, absolutely. We can't take this. We can't take this serious enough. This is a very big deal. I don't know if Larry Elder has a magic wand. At one time, Bill, we all said, "Oh, anybody but Greg Davis, anybody but Jerry Brown." Now it's anybody than Gavin Newsom. It's getting worse. We don't think it can, but I think we're at an all-time breaking point here in California. And your story you told about the DA and everything, that is absolutely ridiculous. First of all, 21 years. This person, I shouldn't.
And this guy's been living on death row,
yeah,
for 21 years, breathing our air. We've been feeding him. Our tax money feeds this son of a bitch. Okay, and there's no doubt. I don't give a shit what his reasoning was, whether he was hearing voices in his head. I don't give a flying fuck what it was. He killed a policeman. or even if it wasn't a cop, if he killed someone, I don't give a shit. He needs to fucking die.
Yes. And I want to say, I don't know if I want to sit down with people and talk about this, but like the people that are adamantly against like the death penalty or want to delay the process and things, it's like, what is your purpose? Does it make you feel better that someone who murdered someone in cold blood is kept alive? Like what? A
lot of people say it's racist. Okay,
racist.
Fine, racist. Kill every white guy first. Every white motherfucker that's on death row, kill them first.
Okay, well.
Kill them first.
Mm-hmm. No, evil has no color.
Peterson,
Evil's
the guy
evil.
who killed his wife and unborn kid, put him at the front of the fucking line and give him the needle.
Yeah, that's a good racism. Wow, we keep. You know what's funny is there's so I shouldn't get into. I gotta be careful, but we seem to have to like we create problems now. We have enough problems as we talked in like California, but there's all these causes and issues now where we have to like create. That someone said this, that's right. I mean, the Colorado Rockies game. Did you hear that whole nonsense where the guy's yelling at a mascot and the whole news media flips out and says he was throwing out racial slurs? I mean, we're so desperate for like these atrocities that
the media is the biggest race baiters of them all.
Oh my goodness.
And TMZ is at the top of that.
Yes.
TMZ's at the top. Every one of them. They're all race baiters. There should be a law. Policeman kills woman. No white policeman kills black woman. No black policeman kills white. It should be leave race out of it. Aren't we all human beings? Aren't we all one?
Yes.
Aren't we all one?
Yes.
Isn't that supposedly the idea?
The news media continues to be a propaganda machine. That is, I never thought it would be this way. I mean, Nazi Germany was, one of the biggest things in their rise was propaganda, constant propaganda. It was awful the way in which they evolved to become this massive evil machine. But it starts with, news coverage and everything. It is constant propaganda here in the United States from most news media outlets.
99% of them.
It's crazy, man. It's just crazy. So a lot to talk about, Bill. I even have a few questions for you and everything, but switch gears on me before I really lose my mind. Well, I kind of wanted that from you today. I wanted you to lose your mind because it's been a few weeks. People have been waiting. So do we want to continue into some more negative news or do we want some positive news first?
It's your show. It's your show.
You know what?
I'm just the the guy that sits here and mouths off. So
the semi-weekly guest. First of all, okay, let's get into some good news. First of all, one of our most loyal of listeners, who well through social media anyway, Coach Tirico, Will Tirico, and his wife Deanne welcomed a baby boy, Josiah Daniel Tirico. So much love for Coach Tirico. I know, right, Bill?
Absolutely. Cheers to the family. I hope everybody's healthy and good. And, may your new child, it's the first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
May it bring you a lot of joy and happiness and, all good and much love to you.
Absolutely. Yeah. You wished them an anniversary, not too long ago. And, it's good to see some positive news out there. I'm on Facebook.
I'm just surprised it was a boy, correct?
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't name him William Paul Tirico. Right? That's my only heartburn with this whole thing.
Yeah. Maybe in your maybe their next kid. I'm sure there'll be a couple.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to. So I had a question for you from the good captain, of course, Mr. Maynard Bajorquez, if I can find it. But first, Bill, I attended quite a retirement party for Mr. Ken Drain down at Rio Hondo Prep.
How did I not think that Rio Hondo Prep was not going to enter this quagmire today?
It's been a few weeks. It's been a few weeks, Bill. I mean, come on, we had to get him in. The reason I bring it up is because there was a lot of people there, and everyone. Oh, Matt, the podcast is great. Oh, that Bill Barnes guy, he's a lunatic. I mean, quite the fan club from the good people at Rio Hondo Prep, but you already knew that. Well,
it's always good to have, reaffirmation, because of all the great people that say we're doing a great job, there's always the naysayers out there that think we're a bunch of idiots and mouthing off and, attention whores and all that stuff. But I think the good people of Rio Hondo, I know I joke and tease with you guys a lot, but you're all great people and I appreciate it.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Well, here was a question from our good friend Captain Maynard Bajorquez, who sent us the t-shirts, Army West Point t-shirts. He says, "Hey," and Bill, you can answer this throughout the show if memories come up. But he says, "Hey, I have a question for Mr. Barnes. In the Army, we like playing jokes on the new lieutenants and privates. Did you play any jokes on the rookies in the police force? Can you share some stories?"
Oh my God, yes, we did. And a lot of them I really can't share because I'd probably still go to jail for it. But absolutely, yes. Oh my God, yes. Kind of a rite to passage thing. The one that comes to mind is I was training a kid this first or second day on the job, and we went on a call in a park not too far from the main station, and he locked the keys in the car. Right now, I always had a spare key, but he didn't know that. And I said, "You know what, George? You know what? You need to walk to the station and get it and tell the watch commander what you did, and come back with the spare key." He goes, "Oh man," he goes, "Well, which way to the station?" I said, "Get out of my face and find it. Go ask somebody. Go ask some bum on the street where the station is." I go, you need to get yourself educated." So we walked about 2 blocks the wrong way, and finally I said, "You know what? This is going to be an all day affair."
Yeah.
So I jumped in the car, I drove over, I picked him up. I said, "Get in, jack off." So he gets in the car. He goes, "Hey, how'd you get it started?" I said, "Well, I used a clothes hanger and I hot wired it." He goes, "How come there's a key in the car?" And I explained to him, always have a extra key with you in case that happens. We all carry the same ammo. We all carry the same weapons. The keys are universally made to each car. Go spend the 15 cents and get yourself a key. That really wasn't a trick. It was kind of a learning tool. But some of the tricks, oh wow. We'd hide guys' boots or something. We'd hide their shoes so they're late for roll call. The sergeant would be in on it and start screaming at them. God, there's so, if I think of some during the show,
Yeah.
I'll share. But
What about
that's just.
what about things they pulled on you? Anything you can remember as a rookie guys did to you?
Oh God. Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah. Oh heck. I got. Let's see. I walked into my first day on the job at Riverside Police Department. My very first day. My training officer, Pete Esquivel, who later went on to be an assistant chief, still a friend of mine to this day. I'm in, roll calls at 7:00. I'm in there like at 5:30. I'm ready to go, dressed, hour and a half early. He gets there and he saunters in. He goes, "Oh yeah, go ahead and go upstairs, grab us a car out of the, key drawer, get a couple radios. I'll see you in roll call." I said, "Okay." So I go up there, I grab a car. I didn't even know what I'm grabbing. So I go and I sit down. Well, unbeknownst to me, the traffic roll call is at 6:30 a.m. So I go and I sit with all these old traffic dogs that look at me like, "Who in the fuck are you?" And I sit in there and I'm, thinking I'm in the right place. I didn't know traffic and patrol didn't, have roll calls together. And all these traffic guys, I'm thinking, wow, these motors and these accident guys get here early. Wow, man, they're really devoted to the job. Holy smokes. So I sit there, I go in the front row like most rookies are supposed to. And I sit there and the traffic sergeant, we used to call him Jumping Jerry Laird. Picture Bob's Big Boy, the Bob's Big Boy sign, the Bob's Big Boy head with the black hair combed over. That was Jerry Laird. Okay. Jerry's sitting there and he goes, he said something to the effect of, "What kind of varmint material just walked into my roll call?" And I'm thinking, geez, who walked in? God damn. And I'm looking around. Well, he was talking to me.
Yeah.
He goes, "Young man, you have entered the sacred grounds of a traffic roll call. I suggest you get up and leave immediately before you are thrown out." I said, "Holy shit." So that's the way I learned. I got up and I left. So I told Pete what happened. He started laughing. He goes, "Yeah, I do that with every guy that I get, And he goes, "Now, don't enter until it's time."
Day one. That's hilarious.
Day one.
Welcome to the club, kid.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I sent a message out on Facebook just now, Bill, to everybody, or just saying, hey, I'm recording with Bill right now. Send us any questions or topics they might have. So they might spill in here throughout the show. I want to get, because you talked about kind of a police officer dying. I think this is relative or related. Ella French was killed in Chicago. Her partner, it looks like, is currently paralyzed, just shot during a traffic stop, right in the head. Her gun was not drawn. Just a tragedy. The Chicago police are up in arms. I just read this today. This broke on CBS Chicago. A court order is prohibiting the COPA from releasing video of the shooting. That is the Civilian Office of Police Accountability. Why is this video not being shared? If it was the other way around, if it was a police officer who killed somebody, that video would be demanded to be out within seconds. But for some reason, probably because it shows how just awful the shooting was. I mean, I don't know. What are your thoughts on this whole thing?
That's a payback. That's a payback because, from what I understand, the father of the officer, the male officer that was hit and paralyzed, when the illustrious mayor of Chicago went up there on the floor, he told her off. He told her what he thought of her, and I guess he just reamed her up one side and down the other, which is completely understandable and completely warranted for her. Then, if that wasn't enough, she went down to where the officers were keeping vigil of the deceased officer, and they all turned their backs on her.
Which I thought was great.
Which is great. Which is, again, completely warranted. So she's pissed off, and then she probably ordered the second in charge of Chicago police to not do their traditional emerald honor of a fallen officer. He said, we don't have time for this shit, quote unquote shit, and made her and made them, cease and desist with that. So there's a power struggle going on between the rank and file of Chicago PD and the idiotic Democratic liberal leadership of Chicago.
Yeah, no, absolutely. A lack of leadership too. I mean, this whole competition for the worst.
Well, when I say Democratic leadership, no matter if obviously the president, all the way down to some city councilman of some podunk city, they are all inept. They are all out of touch. They are all crooks. They are all completely dishonest. They are all disheveled. They are all just plain fucked up.
Yeah.
Can I make myself any clearer?
Make it as clear as day. And Ella French is one of another officer targeted, I would say, even though she pulled these guys over for expired tags. I think, I could be wrong. And they were drinking, they were whatever. But the whole video not being released is absolutely unacceptable to me.
Well, you had an officer right here in San Bernardino County. You had a San Bernardino deputy yesterday at 4:00 in the afternoon, pulled over a car for speeding in San Bernardino. They went on a blind corner and then ambushed him as he turned the corner. And by the grace of God, he's alive. His car caught on fire from all the rounds they put in it, and he's alive. So, hey, whatever message our illustrious leaders of this country are sending to criminals, all it is an invitation to be lawless and to and it's basically a war on police. And it's a war on private citizens. It's a war on everybody. That is the Democratic narrative. Hey, we don't have no such thing as a crime. Go out and do what you want to do. We're not going to punish you. We are not going to punish you.
It's absolutely. We've talked about it for weeks now, and it's just. I'm so fed up with it. I almost want, let's just pull police out of some of these cities. Pull it out. Sorry, if there's good people there. This is what the majority of your people. You want lawlessness. Go ahead and have it. I'm so tired of it, Bill. And as someone who served in the police ranks and law enforcement, I mean, you and the guys like you who are now retired have to look back, look at all this, and just be like, man, thank God we're not working anymore.
This is crazy. I don't know why. I mean, I think it was about a week and a half ago, the Los Angeles Police Department pursued a assault with a deadly weapon suspect through the Valley Village area. Make a long story short, the guy went into a car dealership and started doing push-ups. He was taunting the cops. They let the guy go to the back of the dealership. They let him go. They didn't even go after him. They let him go. Obviously, this came from some gutless city council person via the chief, via a assistant chief, via a deputy chief, then the commander, then the captain, lieutenant, right on down the line, and said, stand down. Stand down. Is that what we're going to do? We're going to stand down? We're going to let this bullshit go? Then why chase?
It's true.
Why even turn your fucking red lights on?
Yeah, no kidding. I take extreme issue with a couple of groups out there. I mean, I know I've talked about there's all kinds of law enforcement issues going on and attacks on police and this and that, but Ella French being executed basically and injuring her partner. I have questions for the celebrities out there, the athletes, the feminism groups. Heck, a woman officer just was killed. Where's all the slogans? Where are all the care. Come on, how come no one writes her name on their shoes during games? Where are we? This society, Bill, has just dissolved into nothingness.
Well, we can thank we can thank the Joe Bidens, the Kamala Harrises, the Nancy Pelosi's, the Chuck Schumers. And the list goes on. The list, if Donald Trump was still president, or any Republican for that matter, I'm not going to just say him, the family of that young lady would get a phone call, and believe me, there wouldn't be this, this is the norm type attitude.
Yeah.
Bullshit. It would not be that way.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of course, if the left didn't have double standards, they wouldn't have any. I mean, the hypocrisy, the consistency of hypocrisy is just mind boggling. So yeah, where are you at? Where are you at Major League Baseball? Where are you at? Any members of the Cubs or White Sox? Have you guys thought about, maybe we should honor a fallen officer? No. We want to skirt around all the issues and just.
Why didn't the Anaheim Angels, California, whatever the fuck they call themselves now, why didn't they honor that little 5-year-old that got killed probably 3 miles from their stadium?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Why didn't they put his face on the scoreboard in memory of? Why didn't they add to the reward money? You didn't hear anything from those fuckers. And that's Artie Moreno. I'm calling you out, Artie. You're a chicken shit guy. If that was some Mexican farm worker that got killed, you'd have probably put up $1 million reward. Yeah, Artie, I'm telling you that. You're no good. I don't like you.
I don't even know what the word is. Our compassion and sympathy for victims cannot just be towards one specific group or another. We seem to only care when it is a certain group of people when bad things happen. That's wrong. And we should also care about, well, when bad things happen to, I don't know. We should be colorblind. We should be all these things that they fought the civil rights for, right? For equality and just to be us all be one, as you said earlier, Bill. No. Now the headline, what's the headline read? Oh, we have to see the background of this person, where they're from. It's like, no, injustice is injustice. Crimes are crimes. Stop worrying about what the gender or whatever is of the person. Let's just call things out for what they are.
None of my friends or foes, for that matter, own slaves. None of my friends or foes that are black were ever picked cotton. So let's get past all that bullshit. All right. Let's get past it. All right. Let's get past it.
Yeah. No,
because guess what? We have a black guy running for governor that I'm supporting, that a lot of white people support.
Yeah.
Okay. So throw out this notion that we're a bunch of racists. That is bullshit.
Yeah, it's false narratives and propaganda, and it didn't start with Joe Biden. It was going before that. But the day he's elected, or day he's sworn in, Bill, what's some of the first things Joe Biden says? We need to unite as a nation, but most of this country are white supremacists. Wait a minute, which one? how are you going to say unite and then falsely accuse the country of being something?
Here's the Democratic plan. The Democratic plan, and it's in progress, is to bring as many migrants, as many immigrants in legally or illegally as you can. Because guess what? Those are potential names on counterfeit ballots. Okay? Get as many in as you can that support the Democratic cause, because it was a Democrat that brought them in. All right? You want to, and keep them hunkered down as basic servants. Gardeners, people that live and work in drive-ins, drive-throughs, people that have menial jobs. They want to eliminate the middle class, guys like me and you. Eliminate it, where you have the haves, which are going to be all the Democratic elite, and the have-nots, who are their minions. And guess what? This the middle class shrinks until it's gone, until we're all living in Costa Rica or in the Mexican Riviera, or God only knows where we can get out to.
Well, with the inflation of the dollar, I mean, yeah, you're right. There will be no middle class. It's going to be poor or rich. That is what they want. So that it's the have and have nots, as you were saying. I had a pointer. I had a question. It slipped past me, but the border. You talk about the border. I missed it on I don't know. I've tried all the different news channels. Have you seen any COVID testing or mask handouts at the border? Have you seen any of that? Everyone's just coming in freely. I thought it was so important to you can't go to a bar or restaurant in New York City without a vaccine passport. But if you want to come in through the Mexican border, go right ahead. You can't fly to another state. You got to wear a mask on plane, but you come through the Mexican border, no problem.
Now, the fake doctor in LA, Dr. Skeletor, has now made it mandatory that if you want to go to the Rams Charger game on Saturday, Sunday, whenever it is, inside the stadium, you're fully vaccinated, you got to wear a mask. Outdoor events, over 100 people, whether you're vaccinated or not, you got to wear a mask.
I think is that stadium indoors? I think, they have a roof. I know that, but I think it's
the roof,
outside.
The roof doesn't matter.
Either way, it's stupid. It's stupid either way. The whole concept of there's just everything. We had a little momentum here. Okay, we'll get, and then 8 months of this Joe Biden presidency bill. It all starts with him at the top, or whoever it is telling pulling the strings.
I personally don't think he's in his right mind. I don't think he's actually calling the shots. Joe Biden, if you look at his history as a politician, as a senator, he's always been a follower. He's never been a fucking leader. He was a follower with Obama. He would eat the corn out of Obama's shit. Okay. He was such a follower. All right. He was such a follower to all of the Democrats. Okay. He's just been a follower. He's a guy who's never done a stitch of work in his life. Okay. He married his babysitter when his wife died. So he's had it made. I don't think the guy would probably know. Okay. He is not making calls. He's not making the decisions. I firmly believe, because in this Afghani crisis that's just popped up in the last week, all of a sudden, because he decided arbitrarily, and even though there was some type of agreement between Trump and the Taliban, or Trump and whoever, that we were going to get out of Afghanistan, he just boom says, first of all, he makes a idiotic false statement by saying there's not going to be an uprising back in July, which was absolutely asinine. Then about a month later, he just starts pulling people. Well, guess what? It's Saigon all over again. Helicopters landing on roofs, people falling out of airplanes because they want to get out of there.
It's chaos. I mean, he
didn't make that call. I guarantee you, someone around him did, because here's the deal. And you haven't heard Kamala backing him up on this, have you?
No.
You haven't heard her say, I support my president, blah, blah, blah. Very few Democrats have. This is a plan to make him look like the absolute boob that he is. And either you can't get him out on the 25th Amendment now. That can't happen. You know why? Because if you go the 25th Amendment, it's 50-50 in the Senate, and the deciding vote is now your incoming president, and she can't vote.
Okay.
Okay, so that can't happen. So you're either going to have to force him to resign or impeach him. And for that reason, you get a force behind that says, let's have him make the most idiotic decision that we can to force one of those two things. And now Kamala's in the wings, just wait. Now,
Yeah.
I personally hope this happens. Okay, let's get her in here. Let's get her 3 years worth of shit, and let's make sure she doesn't have the juice to run again. Or if she does run again, she'll be trounced, because she will be bad.
Do you think she'll be? Do you really think she'd be better than Biden though? I hate the two options.
No, because all the president is a figurehead. All right. All she is a figurehead. And because of the Democrat, now again, and this has to be expedited because the midterms are coming up next, February, March, April, June, in less than a year. And the Republicans have got to gain the advantage in the Senate. And they will, most likely.
Well,
because of all these. Yeah. And so
with the ballots, who knows?
Well, I mean, if common sense prevails, which that's a stupid statement because it hasn't. But my point is if they do, they need 2 seats maybe, right?
Yeah.
In the Senate, 2 seats. So if that happens, then everything gets stonewalled. There is no the Senate can block a lot of shit. There's a firewall there now. Whereas if they just go ahead and get her in there and do and just throw everything against the wall they can and hope something sticks.
Yeah, this whole thing is a mess. I truly believe that, okay, when she was chosen as a vice president, the Democrats, I truly believe this. They're like, okay, he'll be in there. He probably won't last very long because of just his age, and maybe he's not able to fully function, and she'll be in there. And then they saw her as a vice president with all she did is can cackle and laugh and make stupid statements. And they're like, oh man, maybe we need to keep Joe in here. That's kind of my thoughts with it.
Well, they certainly aren't exercising that, are they, with some of the decisions they're making?
Yeah. Doesn't this feel like Obama's 3rd term in a way?
Yeah, but why would he bother, man? Why would he bother? I mean, why? I mean, what is he? I mean,
well, I'm not saying he's in a back room or something. I'm just saying a lot of the same people who were in his administration, I think, are
worse.
At least
it's worse.
Yeah.
It's
you're
worse.
Right. It is worse. I know. I agree with you there. It is absolutely worse. The whole thing with Afghanistan, Bill. Okay, that's the thing, is there was some common ground here. Hey, it's been 20 years. Some people say, maybe we should never leave. I think most people agreed it's about time we left there. But there's a way in which to do this. And I think a lot of people, CIA had plans, had it's very, very strategic way to exit. What we saw over the weekend was an absolute embarrassment. I haven't said this often too many times, Bill. I'm a very proud American. I was embarrassed of the United States over the weekend.
Absolutely. As was I and everybody I know.
Sad. I mean, 1975 was Saigon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How old were you at that time?
I was 15. I think I was just short of my 16th birthday. I was 15 at the time.
Okay. And news didn't travel as fast back then, but I got to imagine there was still some news coverage, or at least talk. What was it like back in 75 when you were that age?
It was like, wow, we lost so many lives over there. We just basically gave up, and we lost the war. We gave up. We just said, fuck it. We threw up our hands. We threw millions and billions of aircraft off of aircraft carriers, helicopters. We shoved shit off into the sea to make room for the refugees, which I think, we have all come to probably Orange County, California, by the way. just making a statement.
You must have been there recently. I mean, I knew it was going to be bad, because if you just open the gates and let it's the Taliban they execute people for having a Bible. They tell women they can't do anything. I mean, people talked about an insurrection on January 6th. That's what an insurrection looks like, an armed takeover of a country, which is what they've been doing for a few weeks now.
Yeah, if that was truly an insurrection back on January 6th, then the knuckleheads that tried that shit should have employed the Taliban to do it right.
Oh,
because that was all that was a violent protest.
Yeah,
okay?
A bunch of idiots taking selfies in the chambers,
Right.
and I denounced it from the beginning.
Mhm.
They're all idiots for doing it. Shame on all of them. Bunch of anyway. But yeah, all those gun nuts said, "Hey, we're going to take over the country. Let's leave all our guns at home." Though, yeah, really smart insurrection. But no, the Taliban. I mean, they rolled in. I mean, Bill, people were clinging to airplanes. What was their plan? They're going to hold on to the plane as it takes off just to get to America. They have no better.
It was either burn up in the fire or jump from the 100th floor of the World Trade Center, because you're going to die if you stay.
Yeah. And there was a
And
chance.
because they knew that the Taliban will go around and rape and pillage 10-year-old girls and cut their heads off. So what makes you think that you're going to live?
Yeah. The desperation for people to escape and come to allegedly the most racist country, or a very racist country, even though it's we have more people who want to come here than not. I mean,
the only people that don't like our country in the world, the only people that think this place is all fucked up, are the Democrats who run it. Everybody else in the world has some decent respect for us, that they want to come here. But the only people that really truly hate our country and are un-American pieces of shit is the majority in control right now.
They truly do. They do hate America. There's no question about it. And the irony of it all is they wouldn't stand 30 seconds in somewhere like Afghanistan. They would be killed for no reason, just because they're American.
We should send Megan Rapinoe over to Afghanistan and have her have her do the diplomatic talks with the Taliban.
Oh,
I think she should go over.
Speak up for women's rights there. See how well that goes, Megan.
Yeah. See how that goes, you purple hair piece of shit. Please, by all means, go.
Oh boy, it truly was embarrassing, Bill. And then to hear Biden talk about, I stand by my decision. Time was time.
What could he say? He had to.
Yeah,
he had to.
And look at Trump wanted to get out of there. Okay, but for people to go back and still blame this on Trump for some reason, people are delusional. People don't understand. We could have got out of there. There was probably no great way to do it, but better than this. What we saw over the weekend was absolutely ridiculous.
You need to have a slow, methodical plan.
Yeah.
A slow, methodical plan. You don't just grab up all your shit and leave it once.
Yeah, grab
you
all
have
the
a
chance.
slow, methodical plan. And if the Taliban can figure that out, then you stop and you engage them.
Engage them.
You stop and you engage them.
Nope, you can't overrun us yet. Hang
We've
on.
In a matter of 3 hours, they've taken over the fucking country, and we've just stood there.
Yeah.
And now they're granting us the okay to go ahead and move freely to the airport. Well, thank you very much.
Oh, appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of these riots we saw throughout the country the past year, and where police were, no pun intended, handcuffed, couldn't do anything. They're like, they're there, but they couldn't do anything. I mean, Bill, there's thousands of Americans still there, stranded. I don't know how. I mean, if Americans, here's my question to you: is the Taliban dumb enough, smart enough? I don't know how to say. If they start executing Americans, would that propel are they worried that the U.S. might come back for vengeance, or are they like, oh, we're going to kill people? You're not.
No, there's some type of backdoor deal. There's some type of backdoor deal that is in place. So we've basically sacrificed the country of Afghanistan and we knew that the Afghanistan army wasn't going to fight. We knew that.
We were there for so long. That's why
we knew that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, because all of them are like, I surrender. I mean, there's a lot of infiltrating too, but anyone who helped the Americans, the translators, the members of the Afghan military, the government. I mean, these people are going to be tortured and executed. No doubt about it.
It's the Democrats' way. Use you, then abuse you. Use you. Thank you. Goodbye. You're now. You're just last week's. You're trash now. Goodbye. We're done. There's no sense of loyalty to those people. Those people have no loyalty. None.
Mm-hmm.
None. Biden's wife wasn't even. Hey, Biden's wife wasn't even cold yet after she got killed in that accident. And he was banging the babysitter. I guarantee it. All right. That man has no loyalty. He's just all about him. Look at me.
I find it crazy that politicians make so much money, once they get into office. If you built up a wealth and then you go into office, that's one thing. But when politicians make millions of dollars being a lifelong politician, I'm like, that doesn't quite add up. There's definitely some corruption there. What was I going to say? Any final thoughts, Bill, about Afghanistan? You knew we had to get out.
I think it'll get a whole lot worse before it gets better. I think there will be a lot more bloodshed there during this transition. It's not going to be the nice, easy, when you're dealing with a bunch of freaking terrorists, bad shit's going to happen.
Yeah. You can't own a gun here in the US. If you own a gun, you're evil. But we just left thousands of weapons to the Taliban.
We left Black Hawk helicopters to them.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome, guys. Hey, take it for a spin. See what you can do.
But God forbid you have a 12-round magazine in California. That's very, very dangerous. Anyway, the whole thing's atrocious. We'll keep our eye on it. But I know a lot of military leaders, guys who have served over there, are pretty pissed off seeing friends die and over the years.
Well, we need more of them to come out and speak out. We need them to step up and say, our president is an idiot. Our Democratic leadership are idiots. Anybody who supports this guy is an idiot. This is what we've done. This is what we sacrificed. And this is what the result is.
Yeah. When is enough enough? What's the breaking point? I mean, this arguably was one of the worst foreign policy decisions as far as, okay, you can make arguments. Oh, we gone to war. We shouldn't have. Okay, whatever. Fleeing the way in which we did, with people hanging off airplanes, falling to their deaths. I mean, just so unbelievable. We'll take a break from it, but we have a question for you from Mr. John Lee, our Oregon correspondent. He says, my question for Billy B, and yes, that is Bill's rapper name I've given him, Billy B. He says, I want to know how cops used to deal with homelessness in a neighborhood, and what ideas could actually work now that we're neck deep in it now.
Well, there used to be a thing, and believe it or not, the laws are still on the books, but they're not being exercised. There was a thing called vagrancy laws. Vagrancy laws, we would exercise those. And it wasn't popular back when I worked that you were homeless. There was a few bums that stayed, but during the day they went and hid. They'd come out and walk around a little bit and then go back to their little hole and be done. But and kind of like stray animals. If you feed them, they're going to come around. Well, that's what's happened. You've got these bleeding heart, liberal support groups. They go out and put Band-Aids on them and wash their feet and feed them and make them feel like they're worthy human beings and all that good stuff. And let me tell you something. There weren't that many back in the day because we had what was called vagrancy laws. Vagrancy laws were enforced. If you were trespassing, you went to jail. I know jail is a lost art now. That's something that's obsolete in today's society. Nobody goes to jail. I get it. But we had such thing as a jail back in the day. And bad people, no matter if it was a misdemeanor or felony, actually went to jail and stayed. And the more you went to jail and you had a very, very, very unfriendly time in there, you didn't want to go back. You didn't want to go back. Now it's Club Med. It's Club Med. So
the whole concept of like putting out facilities for people, do you think that only help? It doesn't help the problem. It almost encourages people to
nowadays homeless folks. And believe me, I've been spending a lot of time in LA, a lot of time in the San Fernando Valley. go under any underpass down there, and it's their own little city. It's their own little city. Yeah. Oh yeah. They've got their own mayor. They've got their own city council. They've got their own hierarchy, and it's their own community. And they're there because they want to be there. They are tired of living like we are, Matt. They're tired of the bullshit. Okay. One way or the other. Something's bugging them. So they said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go live in my camper. I'm going to go out and sit in a lawn chair all day and just live. And I just want to be left alone. I'm just going to live and shit my pants and wipe my ass when I want to. And you know, just live. You know, I'm dropping out because there's nothing you can do to me. The city of Los Angeles has an ordinance that you cannot tow a vehicle. An abandoned vehicle cannot be towed. So you can set your camper or your Mazda 323, whatever you're driving, in front of somebody's house, live in it, come out, put your chair on a public sidewalk, and when that person comes out of their $2 million house that 5 years ago sold for $140,000, they can say, "Howdy, neighbor, how are you?" And there's not a fucking thing they can do.
No.
So tell me what sense? You know what it is, Matt? It's names to put on fictitious ballots to keep the likes of Garcetti, to keep the likes of Nuri Rodriguez, or whatever the fuck her name is. All these the Mike Bonans of the world. It's fictitious ballots with real names, and keeps them in office. It keeps their power, their little power group in order. Because anybody with their right mind is going to vote those assholes out, and quick. That's the way they keep their jobs. That's the way they keep their power. No doubt in my mind.
Oh, I believe you. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but to answer John's question, basically, laws were just enforced as far as what worked and what didn't.
Because we had community members, we had city council that didn't want the homeless, but we've gone a 180 now. They want them because that's their only support are these people, these vagrants.
It's this whole you know, this the warmth of you can't be so you're heartless if you don't care for people. It's like no, we need to encourage you know, work anyway, you know what I'm trying to say.
The only reason that the bums, the homeless, and the drug addict psychos were kicked out of Echo Park is because somebody with big Hollywood money came in and said, "We can't film in here anymore because of these assholes. We want them out."
You're right.
That's the only, to put them somewhere else, and they probably did.
Yeah. So back in the day,
they gave them, you know, the ones that wanted help probably got a 5-star hotel, and the ones that didn't just moved their tent somewhere else.
That's all it is, relocating.
That's all it is.
So when you were working, say you were in Riverside in whatever 1995, and there was a homeless person in the park or wherever, how would it work back then? Would you approach these people? Did someone have to call you guys to come in? And what would you tell these people who were homeless?
Well, here's I'll be real honest with you. This is the way we handled it. We'd ask them, "Hey, you got someplace to go?" "Nope." "Oh, really? You want to go to jail?" "No." "Well, I'll tell you what, San Bernardino's nice this time of year. How about a ride over there?" "Oh yeah, it'd be great." We'd take them to San Bernardino and let them off.
Oh, man. You take us.
Hey, it was hey, they wanted to go volunteering. We didn't kidnap them.
Nope. Just
if they resisted that idea, then they went to jail. Real simple.
Someone right.
But we were out there to protect and serve. We were serving their needs. They wanted to go to San Bernardino, so we drove them over there.
Did you get any pushback from the San Bernardino?
Well, for every probably 2 or 3 we took, they probably brought 10 to us. So it was, you know, give and take.
It is kind of a weird, like, for those that complain, I would say like businesses and store owners and stuff, but like, it's like, what do you say as a business owner or something? It's like, hey, there's homeless people out in front of my store. People don't want to come in. I mean, what is there to enforce? What exactly are you complaining about? Just them, like you said, vagrancy law, just being there on the street as a civilian? I mean, you don't have any rights anymore.
Well, how would you feel if you've got some smelly bum that's sleeping on your porch? You're going to want him out of there, aren't you?
Yeah.
And if the cops won't do it, I'll do it. Or if I was the elder, if somebody's sleeping on my porch, they're going to be gone. I'll guarantee you that right now.
Yeah, one way or another.
You know, yeah, bear spray is really lovely this time of year.
Oh man, that's great. Well, Bill, not to there's a lot of negative things out there. I don't know how negative this is. It's kind of just breaking news that happened last week. Is he former yet? He's not quite former governor, but we can call him former governor of New York. Andrew Cuomo resigned kind of at the end of a news conference, kind of in a weird way. What do you make of that whole situation?
Well, there's a backdoor deal that, hey, you resign, and the criminal charges that are coming up, we won't file. You will not see criminal charges filed against him. That was the leverage they had. That was the leverage they had to make him resign. Well, absolutely.
And I thought some of the alleged, the allegations, I should say, some of them seemed innocent. I didn't know all the details of. Some of them are pretty rough, but the kisses on the cheek to men and women. His argument was, well, I'm not a predator. I'm just Italian. That was his.
Well, Matt, I'm not a predator either, and I go around and my whole thing is I like to touch boobs, whether they're men's or women's. That's just who I am. You think that excuse is going to fly? I like grabbing ass, men or women's. I like pinching asses. You think that's going to fly?
No.
Come on.
Maybe Don Draper could do it, but
he's an obnoxious New York guy. That's just the way they are. He's an obnoxious New Yorker, East Coast barf bag.
Do you think it had anything to do
with power? An East Coast barf bag with power, and he used it, and it bit him in the ass.
Yeah,
excuse the pun.
No, no kidding. Do you think to me, the timing of it was very interesting. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, as Biden's trying to make this push here or not by the budget that's we're overspending, shrinking the dollar. What else was going on kind of last week? Forget. But anyway, the timing of it was very interesting. Do you think he wants to return to office down the road, maybe run for governor again, or even another office again?
Who?
Cuomo.
Newsom? Cuomo?
Yeah.
No, he's done.
You think he's done?
He's done. He's done. He'll go work. He'll be alongside his brother at CNN. They'll have the 1 hour love fest between those two jackoffs.
Yeah, no kidding. Chris Cuomo. The whole thing's a mess. I think it's almost like a distraction. Remember, this guy was praised, Bill, in his handling of COVID. He was so brilliant. He got a freaking Emmy award, I thought, or whatever. He sent older people into nursing homes to spread this thing, and he was responsible for a lot of deaths. But that's all.
That was the backdoor deal. You're not going to see the Department of Justice back there investigate him any further on that. They're not going to take this sexual assault case and run with it. He's done. Everything's done. They said if you quit and you don't ever run again, go write your memoirs. Go play grab ass with people that won't complain on you. Just be gone, and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
No doubt in my mind.
It's pretty crazy to see someone resign in office like that. There's been a lot of calls for resignations of other politicians over the years, but that was pretty big time news. So anyway, Bill, you posted something on Facebook I found kind of funny. Well, not kind of, very funny, and typical Bill Barnes humor. It showed a picture of a woman in like a ditch kind of digging, and it said, "Fun fact: the majority of archaeologists are women due to their natural ability to dig up the past." I thought that was very fitting for Bill Barnes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we all, as men, we all know that when we do something wrong in the eyes of our loved one, back in 1977, when you were in high school, I'm sure you cheated on a math test. I mean, come on. Now, I will say this: the girlfriend that I have now, she would never do that. Never. I'll say that right now. And I know she'll be watching. She will never do that because she is just too damn nice.
Yeah.
Donna doesn't have a mean bone in her body. I mean, the other night, I'm going to say this. I stayed down there with her the other night, and I was a little late getting there because my partner and I went out and had a couple of adult beverages after our long shift. And any other woman would have just flamed out and just hit me with a brick. But she made sure I had a place to park. Her daughter helped her. God bless her daughter as well. Jaden, sweet girl. She was able to back my car into a little spot that I couldn't have done, even sober. Okay. I couldn't have done it. I'm not saying I drove drunk. I drove, under the 0.8 limit, I'm sure. But she was able to slide it in. And Donna, she was, bless her heart, was right there to let me in, and no questions asked. Come on in, And I got to tell you, man, I thought I was going to get the wrath, but
no. Hey, did you have a good time? Did you have a good time, Bill? I could see her.
Oh yeah,
she's
I told her, I said, yeah, we won a trivia contest at this place we were at. We won the trivia contest because, of course, we had to cheat a little bit, but we won it because my partner and I both, Phil and I both, are the most competitive human beings on the face of the earth, and we had to show that us old guys there could win, and we did. So anyway,
Phil,
but I'm just gonna say, most 99% of the women out there are archaeologists. They find shit to dig up and use against you. Trust me.
It's happened a time or two, I'm sure. But yeah, that's great. Donna, she is a saint of a woman, man. I don't know what is she doing with you, Bill? I mean, what, seriously?
You know what? I keep waiting that one of these days she's gonna pull off her face and it's gonna be one of my ex-wives. Hey, the joke's on you, asshole.
Good one, Shaggy. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Bill, I said this before. Do not screw this up. I mean this. We like her more than you. So
for that reason, I won't, because, yeah, exactly. And
So
believe it or not, she absolutely loves all of you guys, even Aldini and all them people. She loves them.
I love it.
Loves them. Even the butcher. She loves the butcher. Can you believe that?
That is crazy. That was so funny when he got liquored up. He's like, Donna, you're unpleasant.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
I love a woman with a sense of humor that can just have a good time. And yeah, if you show up a little tipsy, late to wherever you needed to be.
And I felt so bad about doing that. I felt so bad arriving there a little late, and disrupting the residents a little bit. I felt bad. And you know what? I felt bad.
Yeah.
For doing it. Now, I wouldn't have felt bad if she yelled at me.
Oh no.
No.
Not at
I
all.
said, well, why, but I felt kind of like, God, you know what? Don't do this again, because she's not going to be as forgiving the next time. I just know it.
Don't take advantage, Bill. Don't take advantage of her kindness and niceness. She's
And
wonderful.
I met her aunt Annette down in Canyon Lake area. Annette, lovely lady, very nice woman. I met her the other day. She's recuperating from a fall, and she's getting better. And I wish her the best in her recovery. Very, very sweet lady. And it was nice meeting her. She has a beautiful place in the Canyon Lake, Elsinore area. We went down there Saturday and spent some time with her. And she's on her way to a really good recovery. It was real scary there for a few days. And but she's doing better. So Annette, I know you're going to watch sooner or later, hopefully sooner. Continued good health to you.
Absolutely. Yes. Very, very much indeed. Great health, Bill. And kind of lastly, as we wrap up here, what the people want to know, because, I took the whole week off 2 weeks ago. You were unavailable last week for your audience, and I know you felt bad about it, but can you tell us?
I didn't feel bad.
Not at all. You've been delivering for them for over a year now.
The audience needs me much more than I need them. Okay, let's just put it clearly.
There's truth to that. There's truth to that, because people like hearing how your stories, or how miserable, I don't know, your life is, your attitude and your jokes. I mean, people need that. They tune in just for that reason. So you're very busy. Can you tell us about some of your missions behind enemy lines? You weren't in Afghanistan, were you? What has kept you away from the podcast?
Well, just a lot of work with my company, and the hours have been long. The hours have been, a lot of travel here, there, and everywhere. It's the time of the year that our company gets really, really busy, and just a lot of things going to a lot of different places.
Sure.
That's all you're going to get out of me.
Okay. Plenty. Hey, I mean, you're working more that now as a retired guy than when you were actually full-time work. I mean, you're full-time working now. I mean, basically.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. I there's times, I'll leave for 3-4 days at a time, night, or depends on what the mission entails.
That's right. Well, Bill Barnes, you make the world a better place. At least we think so. Anyway.
So that's just the life of a secret agent. What can I?
Well, Bill, the audio is breaking up a little here, but I appreciate you doing this, working time out of your busy schedule. We're back to Zoom, but we could do Zooms are fine, but every now and then I can come to you, you come to me, and we'll make this. I promise you, the studio here is not as bad as you might think it is.
Well, it needs a makeover. I'll just say that. Okay, one other thing. I watched you and Val the other day on your little counterpoint production. Was it Monday?
Yeah, the recent one. Yeah.
Felt like I was a family crisis counselor watching it. You guys laying all your bullshit on one another. I felt like, what is this? What am I? What am I? A marriage and family counselor in training? I'm listening to these two people divulge their entire past to me.
We did not. What are you talking about?
Well, it was the same. It was the same night as I arrived home late at Donna's. She turned it on, and maybe it was the condition I was in, the way I interpreted it. I have no idea.
Probably. No, we were happy to be in our new home. We were celebrating and talked a little bit about, I don't know, our experiences. I don't know. It was fun catching up with her.
Yeah,
she was accessible, unlike you.
Well.
Keep making him watch the podcast, Donna. That's great. Who do I have on Friday? Friday, Bill, I have the head football coach of Citrus Community College coming on the program. Going to talk some football.
And who might that be?
Brandon Hayashi.
Oh, okay, Brandon. Well, well done. Citrus football.
First year head coach. He was promoted. He's an interim guy.
Have they changed the name of the Citrus Owls yet? Because owls might be an endangered species or something. Have they changed the name to the Citrus doormats or some shit that would be more aesthetically pleasing?
Probably. Nothing yet. They are the Fighting Owls. My alma mater. Good. One of my alma maters. Yes, he'll be on. So, and then the following week, I recorded with Rod Bazuzzi, who's he was a former or current Huntington Beach police officer who worked as a narcotics detective for a few years. So you might like that story next Friday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great. We have a little something in common.
Yeah. I know you used to do that stuff. So great guests upcoming. And Bill, I hope you're back next week. Whenever we got to record. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is preferable. But if it's got to be Wednesday morning, that works too. You're a busy man. I will let you go.
Thanks. I've got, I got a sink full of dirty dishes I have to get to.
Very cool. Well, let's chat again next week sometime. I know the listener, we'll see about the feedback from this show, Bill. So thank you for joining us once again on the weekly Wednesday weigh-in.
So long, everybody.
Well, thanks again, Bill Barnes, for coming on the Get Home Safe podcast on the weekly Wednesday weigh-in. We did not have one last week. We actually bumped the Friday guest up to Wednesday and had Tracy McFate fill in for Bill on Friday as the weekly Wednesday weigh-in. But Bill is back. Happy to have him back. And in moving forward, we'll try to keep this thing going. Again, the work schedule is tough. My hours are weird, but we'll try to find a way to record episodes beforehand so it can be released Wednesday mornings. But sometimes, as in like today, we have to record on Wednesdays and those episodes come out later in the morning or even the afternoon. So it is what it is. We'll work through it. Guys, appreciate you guys tuning in today. And as I mentioned to Bill, our guest on Friday will be Brandon Hayashi, the head football coach for Citrus College in Glendora, California, community college here in Southern California. Very much looking forward to you guys hearing from him about his coaching journey, his kind of small connection to a few people at Rio Hondo Prep anyway, and just talking football. Football season is coming. It opens up here soon for high school and local colleges. Can't wait for it. So I thought, what better way to approach the football season than to talk some football. So that is the plan for now, to have Brandon Hayashi in the program. You guys don't want to miss that episode on Friday. So be sure to tune in and join us on Friday on a long form interview to get home safe around 3rd and around third and home safe for the weekend. So guys, have a great rest of your week. Thanks again to Bill Barnes for finding the time in his busy schedule to record with me. Looking forward to recording with him again next week. But guys, as always, no matter what you're doing, whether you're out on the town or rounding third base, get home safe.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Get Home Safe podcast. We greatly appreciate the support. We know we have a lot of loyal listeners out there, but we always want to keep people informed of the many ways to follow the Get Home Safe podcast. We have various social media platforms. Our Twitter handle is Get Home Safe Pod. Our Facebook and Instagram page is Get Home Safe Podcast. And our email address is gethomesafepodcast@yahoo.com. There's plenty of ways and options to listen to the Get Home Safe podcast. Anchor helps distribute our podcast to places like Apple, Spotify, Google, and many more. We also have a YouTube channel that is brand new for us. Not a whole lot of content on there yet, but we're going to try to put out more and more video episodes in going forward, as well as short clips here and there regarding big events that happen over the course of time. So lots of options out there, guys. We'd love to hear from you. Send us an email, offer some suggestions or content topics, or just ask us some random questions. We always appreciate that. I know Bill Barnes does, especially on Wednesdays. So looking forward to continue to bring you great episodes here on the Get Home Safe podcast on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Guys, have a great rest of the week. And as always, no matter what you're doing, whether you're out on the town or rounding third base, get home safe.